Now it's time for I Challenge You GX, the show that goes to show the power of committing to the bit. We're going to burn with Gem Flash energy for game. This is what we get for believing, for our loyalty to the Crystal Beast decks. This season, we're chilling out with our friends at the schoolyard, opening packs, building our pulls into decks, and cheering on as Borgarbot wields them in mechanized melee versus an even stranger ladder of AI opponents. It's a brand new AI arena with new prizes, new challenges, and a massive ban list that makes every pack count. So without further ado, get your game on! And welcome back, kings, queens, and monarchs of every element, to I Challenge You GX. This is our last pack opening episode this time around. We have 3 boxes for you, including the best of GX, and also the most GX, because we'll be opening Dark Revelation 4 today, as well as the Phantom Darkness and the Shining... the Light of Destruction, that's what it's called. But before we can do that, we face both blessings and calamities this week. Let's see what we can get on the blessings. This is a big episode to get blessings. All right, here we go. We have 7 completed, 7 packs each of the last 3 sets that we opened. This is going to be an interesting one. Potentially we have really bad stuff. This is not a good one this week. Ooh, unfortunate. Oh well, that's okay because the packs themselves are going to take care of it very nicely. But before we can get to our pack opening, we must face the calamities. Can we get a boss fight? Can we get a boss fight? Boss fight, boss fight. Boss fight, boss fight. Yes, we have boss fight. Let's go. I finally get to explain this one to you folks. Boss fight is a slice on the wheel where we go up against a deck significantly higher up on the viewer and Discord ladder than where we are right now. And if Borgarbot wins, I don't have to face a real calamity this week. So our first duel this week will have to be against a pretty good opponent. I cannot wait for this one. This is my new favorite slice on the wheel, and I'm definitely bringing it back for 5Ds. Let's get into the pack opening and see what we can take up against the boss. All right, let's begin our pack opening in chronological order, just so we can end on the hypest 2 packs of the day. So we're beginning with Force of the Breaker. Not a terrible set. There are some things we're still looking for out of this set. Things like potentially a Rise of the Storm Monarch or a Volcanic Rocket. All right. Pack number 1, Crystal Beast Topaz Tiger. Our Crystal Beast Cope deck continues to get better. Pack number 2, a Tri-Blaze Accelerator, just for the funnies. Next pack, Destroyer-saurus. Honestly, I'll take it. I like dinosaur monsters, and I don't think we got many copies of this last time. Lucky Iron Axe. We're just going to equip that to our opponent's cards. Last pack of Force of the Breaker. Another Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. Okay, fair enough. Next up, Gladiator's Assault. Can I get some actual gladiator beasts this time? Pack number 1. Cunning of the Six Samurai at Super Rare is not great. There's a second Test Ape, though. We take those. Oh! This card is incredible in constructed, but I don't think it actually does anything here. I think the Truckroid is frankly better. There's a Security Orb Ultimate Rare. Incredible stuff. I suppose this card is pretty good in I Challenge You. It's kind of an attack negate. It's probably like the best Book of Moonlight that we have access to. I should really be thinking about this one. Hey, I'll take a second one at ultra rare. There's a Gladiator Beast Battle Manica too. Defensive Tactics is also pretty all right. More Infernal Gainers. Okay. And our last pack of Gladiator's Assault. A third test tape. We take those, folks. We take those. Gladiator's Assault turning out very well this week. The final pack of our 7 completed Tactical Evolution. Not an excellent one in Constructed, but we got some very funny things last time, and I hope that we get the things to facilitate them. Mirror Gate. Not really what I was talking about there. Necrogardna is pretty solid, though. I'll take that. Grass Chopper. A second Grass Chopper is very cool for the insect deck. Another Fossil Tusker, not bad. A third Fossil Tusker. We actually take those. Fossil Tusker is pretty good at an 1800 attack rock monster with upside. Not bad for this series. The last pack of Tactical Evolution before we get into the big sets. Snake Rain. Okay. We got some pretty solid things out of our 7 completed. Our Blessing actually treated us very well this time around, but it's time for the main event. Starting off with Dark Revelation Volume 4, the most GX set ever. It contains basically everything after the Lost Millennium. Got some opportunities for some big stuff, maybe even a hero fusion? Or a second Demise, the King of Armageddon? Right off the bat, that's just about the best pull you could possibly get out of this set. Except for, of course, the Jerry Beans man. Cyber Twin Dragon too? That's a future fusion target for us. Ooh. King's Knight. Okay, we had to get a slow pack sooner or later. Voltanus the Adjudicator. This card is really sick. We probably can't play it in here, but it's really, really cool. E. Karma Cut at Super Rare. Our second Karma Cut. You love to see it. Our holos have been spectacular so far. Next pack, a Cyber Phoenix. Unfortunately, we have 4 of this now at Ultra Rare. Just incredible. We will have 1 Ultra Rare Cyber Phoenix. All right, we're really just gunning for a hero fusion. It's not a hero fusion. It's not even a fusion. It's not even a hero. Harpy's Pet Baby Dragon. Okay. Winged Karibo level 10. We're going to get every holo in the set except Phoenix Enforcer. Hydrogeddon Super Rare. I know this isn't an all holos set for us because we've gotten some non-holos. This is also a large number of cards that are extremely expensive. Most of the holos out of this set are very, very expensive because the set wasn't sold much and has a lot of very high rarity reprints for very good cards. We're about halfway through. We've seen probably everything we could ask for and a little bit more, but we're going to ask for more anyway. Give us that Phoenix Enforcer. Tyranno Infinity, sure. BS Tetrin, can we get some Junior Journeys in chat? UFO Roid Fighter. We can get UFO Roid Fighter, but not a hero fusion. I suppose this one's a rare and the hero fusions are ultra. Damn you, Jaden Yuki, for being an anime protagonist. We've got a third of our packs left from this set. Come on, show me a hero fusion. No. A super rare Banisher of the Radiance. Huh. Didn't even know that came in super rare. This set just has so many high rarity reprints of very good cards. All of which we already have 3 of. Damage Condenser at super rare is a cool one. I know that we didn't have 3 of that already. A additional ultra rare Cyber Phoenix. I feel like I should be able to trade in 2 of my extremely high rarity Cyber Phoenixes for a Phoenix Enforcer at this point. Exarion Universe Secret Rare. Okay, this is actually a very good card, to be clear. This is a very strong one, but it's still not a Phoenix Enforcer or any other hero fusion. I just want to activate Miracle Fusion. Last pack. Clock Tower Prison. Oh, I would say unfortunate, but look at these holo pulls. Our second Karma Cut, our second Demise, and a future fusion target for my Cyber Dragons. This set was actually cracked. I just long for one holo in particular. But that's okay. The nightmare of Aster Phoenix has passed and another nightmare begins. Arguably the most exciting one in this series. It's time for the Phantom Darkness. Pack number 1 of the Phantom Darkness. Super Ancient Deep Sea King Coelacanth. What a start! Armored Cybern is pretty cool. That's another Union monster that can do cool things. Same with Blue Thunder T45. Definitely a cool build around. There's an Armageddon Knight. I don't know if that does anything for us in this series, but is very cool. As is Six Samurai United. Keeping an eye out for that one. The Immortal Bushi is another one worth keeping an eye out for. When we get to the pack that has Solidarity in it, this card can be very strong. Aztekapede the Worm Warrior is another very cool one. Kind of a mini Doom Dozer. We've got very good insects to play with. I'm happy to see that one. A second Armageddonite and Super Polymerization. Pretty cool card. Super Poly not going to do anything for quite a while in this series. Next pack, a Giga Plant. Now that's what I'm talking about. Gladiator Beast Andal is also pretty good because it's a Beast Warrior normal summonable 1900, which means it has very, very good synergy with Manticore of Darkness. There's Zoma the Spirit at Super Rares. What have our holos been today? Not a bad card. Golden Flying Fish at Super Rare. Wow, our Super Rare luck today has been ridiculous. There's a Legendary Fiend and an Escape from the Dark Dimension. Also a very, very strong super rare. Future Samurai at rare. That's about what I expected at the rare slot. Castlegate. Now there's the card that really destroyed Sealed Showdown. Another Immortal Bushi. We're about halfway through. We've been getting phenomenal luck so far. Let's keep it up. Hate Buster. I've heard this card's name a lot of times, but I don't know what it does. When a fiend type monster you control is targeted for an attack, target the opponent's attacking monster, and that monster you control destroy both targets, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of the opponent's destroyed monster. That's actually pretty solid for our fiend pile. We really like to see things, and I challenge you, that restrict how we take monsters off the board, so Borgarbot has to commit to it during certain conditions that are favorable for us, such as our opponent attacking us, which means they have a monster bigger than ours. Next pack, there's a Goblin Zombie at Secret Rare. That's a cool one. Not ideal in a situation where we're not using it for Synchro Summoning, but we could use it for Synchro Summoning, and I'll take a second Giga Plant happily. We've got just about a third of our packs left, and there are still some pretty phenomenal things in the set that we have yet to see. Future Samurai. We'll see Future Samurai instead. Yes! Yes! My favorite card from the Phantom Darkness, Dark Nephthys. This card is so cool! I'm very excited to see it. And even pretty good for Borgarbot. Another super rare golden flying fish. Sure, why not? Oh, Black Veloci is also pretty cool. It's basically Steamroid, but it's a dinosaur. Rainbow Dark Dragon, a second secret rare. This card is ass, but it's very cool. 2 more packs left of the Phantom Darkness. What an opening it's been. I say that, and then that happens. Last pack of the Phantom Darkness. Metabog Lobster. Okay, no Dark Arm Dragon and no Lone Fire Blossom is a little bit unfortunate. I would have loved to have seen that card, especially with the Giga Plant that we got, but we take what we can get, and we got some pretty good stuff. And it's time with that for the final pack of the GX era. Light of Destruction coming in hot. All right, we are on to Light of Destruction. Some of the best generic cards in the GX era are in here, in basically the Light Sworns. Let's see if we can pull them. Wow, there are no particularly good cards in this one. Solar Recharge is an extremely good ultra rare if we choose to go through a Light Sworn strategy. Portable Battery Pack is also really sick. This is something I didn't mention, but Battery Men are extremely good. Disc Blade Rider at rare, and there's our first Lightsworn in Greg, the Lightsworn Dragon. There's a Jinzo returner, that's a funny card, and a Battery Man Microcell. We love to see it. Pack number 5, we've got another Greg, we've got a Unifrog. Frogs have destroyed us before, perhaps we can return the favor. Next one, Destruction Jammer. That's a funny card. Could actually be worthwhile since it's so specific. A Lady in White, also very cool for King of the Skull Servant nonsense. Oh, Gladiator Beast Geysaris, you say? Huh. This card's probably terrible for I Challenge You, but we love to see it. There's also a Battery Man Microcell, which is great. There's a Vanquishing Light at super rare and the Battery Man Industrial Strength. This card, above all others we want to see in this set. Jane is also pretty solid, although it's effectively an 1800 beat stick in the I Challenge You format. Arcus is the Lightsworn Druid. Hey, there's our third Battery Man Microcell. The super rares are just off the hook today. Glorious Illusion is a very cool card. It's Call of the Haunted for exactly Lightsworn. It's not bad. Jane the Lightsworn Paladin is also good. Limit Reverse is another very good card. We love to see limit reverses. Ducker Mobile Cannon. There's another Wetlands too. I haven't talked about Wetlands, but this is very, very good in a frog deck. And frog decks are only going to get better from here. Second, the Lady in White, not bad either. There's Illumina at rare, a very, very strong card in the Lightsworn strat. Divine Knight Ishzark at super rare. Is this any good in this format? After damage calculation, when this card destroys a monster by battle, banish that monster. It is basically Lesser Fiend. Okay. Garroth is good and so is Hero Blast, as is Portable Battery Pack. Arcana Force 21, the world. Yo, is that a Junior Journey reference? A second Gladiator Beast, guys. There are some very good super rares in this set. I don't think a second Gladiator Beast Geysaris is. Actually, I think the best super rare besides that in this set is probably Wolf for this category of play. About a third of our packs left. This has been a ridiculous opening. A second Solar Recharge. Unfortunately, I am going to have to inform you, this is our very first Battery Man Charger, a card we would love to see 3 of. But hey, we'll take the second Solar Recharge, another Limit Reverse, and our third Portable Battery Pack. A second Industrial Strength. Sure, why not? Owner's Seal. A third Garroth isn't terrible. Pack number 22, Deck Lockdown. Oh, we would have loved to seen another Lumina here. Pack 23. Oh, it is not looking like we are going to get a critical mass of Lightsworn, folks. Last pack, and we get one more good common or rare. Doesn't look like it, the Jane. Oh, Light of Destruction didn't hand us many haymakers, except the Geysaris. We'll have to see if Geysaris can be used in this format. I am looking forward to what we are going to build in our final pack opening episode of the season. Before we move on to 5Ds, we've got a big boss fight ahead of us. Let's get prepared. Now, folks, before we can get to our main event for today, we have to do arguably the true main event of our day. It's time to resolve our Calamity boss fight. Here's how boss fight works. I've chosen 5 decks from the AI ladder submitted by my Discord to poll chat for. These were decks that I thought had fun names, had interesting themes, and would catch chat's eye. And chat by far decided that what they wanted was what of course they wanted. The deck when the junior is Journey. So here is our boss battle for today. This is pretty low down on the upper version of the bracket, the one that is post GX. This deck is very, very strong, obviously featuring some powerful removal cards like Soul Taker, Brain Control, and Widespread Ruin, as well as Mausoleum of the Emperor to allow them to summon a bunch of giant tribute summonables with which they can absolutely wreck our lives. This is an extremely powerful deck, and so although I have many silly ideas for this episode, we're gonna take this one seriously. It's time to bring out the biggest guns we've got. Insects. Our insect deck has improved by leaps and bounds with basically every episode that we've done an opening. Our insect deck now includes double Doomdozer and an Aztekapede if I so choose, but I've decided that in the name of a little bit of metagaming, we are going to do some very silly things. We're bringing in some tribute summonables because Mausoleum of the Emperor is reciprocal, and our tribute summonables are very strong. We've got an Armed Dragon level 5, a Luster Dragon number 2 because it's a wind monster with 2400, a copy of Rock from the Valley of Haze, which is the same thing, a wind monster with 2400, but this one's a winged beast. Kaze Jin, a tribute summonable wind monster that is incredible in this format, and Grass Chopper, which is just a cool insect guy. These are all bolstered by our copies of Rising Air Current we have in here, and the rest is basically trap cards. We've got double Dust Tornado to take out their Mausoleum of the Emperor, triple Adhesion Trap Hole, which can make their big monsters dinky, double Dimension Wall to punish them for using a Mausoleum of the Emperor. This card is very funny in this matchup. One Widespread Rune because we've got it, one Karma Cup because we've got it, and triple Draining Shield because their monsters are big and we want free life points. Pot of Avarice can reload all of our monsters in the end of that, and we will be able to replay them all. I am very excited to play this, folks. And if we do win, we'll get both a lack of Calamity for the rest of the episode and some tournament packs or duelist packs, depending on what I choose. But if we lose, chat gets to choose the Calamity for me. This'll be interesting. I can't wait. Oh, and before I move on, I want to credit OniiOniiHopper for When the Journey is Junior. Another incredible deck from one of our best deck builders in the Discord. Folks, it is time for the boss fight. I asked chat who will win the boss fight. 52% of the vote was on the good money, Borgarbot. But the boss is a very formidable opponent. Let's see if the deck that would save the world from climate change will destroy our chances for today. We get one shot at this. Let the games begin. All right, starting off with rock, paper, scissors, dub. It is literally random through and through. They're going to go first. They're going to give us 1,000 life points. That's great for us, especially because they don't seem to have gotten Mausoleum. This gives us basically a free hit in with one of our insects, which is fantastic. Widespread Ruin on a Howling Insect is pretty okay. That's not the monster we're concerned about them removing from the field. They have passed the turn. They seem to have bricked, folks. Another Howling Insect into the fray, and another Widespread Ruin takes it out. Next, we get a Doomdozer onto the board. Take that, the opponent, but an Adhesion Trapple is going to do basically nothing into Cyber Dragon. They did manage to take out the Rising Air Current, but that's not the threat on the board right now. The threat on the board is the giant insect dude about to smack you in the face. Borgarbot's going to get a hit in with Doomdozer. It is going to hit the big Gagagigo. Flying Kamakuri is going to get a free hit in. Next, they are going to end their turn. It turns out that the Junior's Journey deck has a little bit of a breaking problem. We are going to normal summon an Armed Dragon level 5, and what are they going to do in the face of this? We're going to mill a monster for them. That's a big dub for them because it gives them another shot at Mausoleum of the Emperor, but they did not get the Mausoleum of the Emperor. Another Solemn Wishes isn't enough, and game 1 of the match goes to Borgarbot. Let's go. Game 2. All right, will they open with Mausoleum? They did not open with Mausoleum. I'm very confused about this. They do have 3 terraforming in the deck. They just have not seen Mausoleum, but we also didn't see a monster, so that doesn't help us very much. They got their plus 500 off the Solemn Wishes, and then we Dust Tornado. Perfect use of Dust Tornado from Borgarbot. We set the Pot of Avarice, which is an interesting choice. I'm not used to Borgarbot setting spell cards in the back row. We're going to draw for turn, and we're going to do nothing. I suspect we are both bricking on Mausoleum targets. There's the terraforming. This gets the Mausoleum into rotation, and we are off to the races. Things are going to get very interesting now. They're going to pay the full 2,000 to summon a Barrel Dragon. We're going to Adhesion Trapple it. That's not bad. We'll Draining Shield to gain an extra 1,300. Hey, that's one more target target off of Mausoleum of the Emperor, and we will draw for turn. Let's see what we have. We're going to use our Mausoleum. We're going to pay just the 1,000 to get an Armed Dragon level 5 on the board. We'll discard Sylphid to destroy. Sure, why not? And we will summon nothing from the graveyard because Sylphid is the only monster in the graveyard and it can't be special summoned. The most incredible resolution of question I've ever seen personally. We'll gain the 1,000. They'll pay their 2,000. They now can't summon 2 tribute monsters, and we have hit the Barrel Dragon down to 1,300. That's not actually bad for us, except for the fact that we drew into a trap card. We really, really want to be seeing a monster now. They'll be paying 1,000 to summon a Cyber Dragon. That's pretty okay for us. We're going to Widespread Ruin, take out the Cyber Dragon. That's exactly what we wanted to have happen. Barrel Dragon is still at 1,300. If we draw into an insect, is that an ultimate insect level 3? That's gotta be an ultimate insect level 3. Well, they can't summon monsters now. Oh, it's the Howling Insect. Oh, they contribute summon Cyber Dragon. That's a little bit bad for us, but we have a couple of turns to draw into a big guy. We did not draw into a big guy, but they don't have Barrel Dragon onto the board, which means they cannot destroy whatever we have face down. If that's a Flying Kamakiri, we are in business. There's a Flying Kamakiri going to summon Flying Kamakiri number 1, number 2. We're going to draw for turn. Let's see if we drew into a big guy. It's a Howling Insect. We are going to normal summon the Howling Insect because why wouldn't we? Flying Kamakiri setting there with 1,900. They're going to try and destroy the Flying Kamakiri. They flip tails, tails, tails. We're going to use Howling Insect. Let's see if we get the... Oh, we did it. We did it. We got the ultimate insect level 3. Let's go. Stand by face. Summon the level 5. And they do not have an out for this card. This card is incredible. We are going to use the question again to hit the Sylphid. And we've gotten the 2-0. God, I love this insect deck so much. And now we get to open some packs. And the pack that I intend to open will get us finally, potentially, hopefully, onto that hero game plan that we've been hoping for. I'll see you on the other side. Those of you who are familiar with the Chaos Draft will be aware that I have a propensity for evil, and I've already pulled a couple of Evil Hero Fusion monsters. I would love to get the cards to make them. So we are pulling 10 packs of Duelist Pack Jaden Yuki 3. Let's see what we can get. Starting off with Infernal Prodigy is a pretty decent one. This is just a way for us to get free special summons onto the board. Convert Contact, we already have a couple of. Pack number 2, there's a Dark Fusion. It's not quite as good as Dark Calling, but it is okay. There's a Dark Gaia. That's our second Dark Gaia. Next pack, there's Elemental Hero Captain Gold, which is okay. A second Neos Alias is very good, though. Pack number 4, a third Neos Alias is fantastic, but this is not what we're here for. There it is in the rare slot, Dark Calling. This card is so cool. I would love to get one more. All right, come on. Another Armor Breaker. Come on, just one more Dark Calling. Another Infernal Prodigy is okay. Okay, last pack. Can we get the second Dark Calling? No, it's another Armor Breaker. What is with me and pulling duplicates of rares and not the thing that I want? But we got the Dark Calling. We got a Dark Fusion. I think we can do hero things now if we want. Now it's time for the true main event. Our first deck for the night is a Blehdebleh creation. You might remember Blehdebleh for a number of decks submitted during the DM era, and this one is just as cool. We've got Cat's Ear Tribe. What is Cat's Ear Tribe? It is a deck that really works with its namesake. Cat's Ear Tribe makes the attack of any monster your opponent attacks it with 200. Which is cool because under Gaia power, Cat's Ear Tribe goes up to 700 and always wins battle. They've also got Sojin in the deck. Why is that there when it's only for warriors and beast warriors? Because they've got DNA surgery, which always calls warriors. It can work with the A forces to make their warriors bigger for every warrior they've got on the board, and then use things like Swords of Concealing Light to flip them face down. They've also got Hunter with 7 weapons, which is a very funny card in this deck exactly because it will always call warrior, and then it will gain 1,000 attack whenever it deals or battles with anything, and under Gaia power that makes it very, very big. There are a number of pretty interesting decks that I could go with, but I'm gonna go with the worst one of them all this week, Gladiator Beasts. Is Gladiator Beasts a good choice in a world where I didn't pull Lukewarm and didn't pull Spartacus? Not at all, but I did pull 2 Geyserus, and I feel like if I pulled 2 Geyserus, I've got to at least try Gladiator Beasts. The idea with this deck is even into TrA.I.b, we've got Colosseum, Cage of the Gladiator Beasts, which can give our monsters extra attack to attack over with. We've got a lot of Earth monsters to gain power under Gaia power, and we've also got triple Gladiator Beast Battle Manica. This is a card that prevents our Gladiator Beasts from being destroyed by battle and recycles itself every time one of them is shuffled back to the deck. That means that once I get one of these into rotation, don't really have to worry about TrA.I.b because I am always going to win the battles involved. I think this deck could work. For sure, this is a deck. I even tossed in a Gladiator Beast Alexander for flavor's sake. I think... I don't know what to think. I think I wanted to play Gladiator Beast, and I'm excited to see what Borgarbot does with it. I asked chat, who will leave the Colosseum alive? 32% of them said the TrA.I.b. It is a formidable opponent, but 68% of the vote went to the Gladiators, of course. I mean, it's an easy choice. Let's see if Borgarbot makes the right one. Let the games begin. All right, how will we begin this epic battle of that? That would be a Swords of Concealing Light summoned to no effect. Unfortunately, there they have the Cat's Ear Tribe. Cat's Ear Tribe is going to be very powerful against us because of its ability to equalize attack. Fortunately, most monsters in our deck are... Oh, that deals with it extremely cleanly. There goes a Bestiary. That's a really cool card to see here. Bestiary will be sent back to the deck, and we'll get an Andal, and we'll get a counter on the Colosseum. That is a gigantic Andal. Wait, this could actually be pretty good. Shuffling back to get Andal is kind of the coolest thing Gladiator Beasts can do here. Possibly the best thing they can do. If this Darius can attack in, ooh, it's going to get hit by the DD Warrior, unfortunately. Or we could just Karma cut away the DD Warrior. Darius can get in and can replace itself with another Andal, and the Andals will go up to a... Oh, it'll replace itself with Dimikari. Honestly, a fine choice under these circumstances. Our Andal is huge. What is going on here? They're going to set a monster. Of course they're going to set a monster. Our monsters are bigger. There's Bestiary. Let's do it. Let's do it. Geyserus comes down, takes out the Gaia power and the face down monster, and we will attack in for... You have to imagine game not quite. Geyserus will summon 2 monsters from the deck, a Dimikari and a Darius, and we'll gain a couple more counters on our Colosseum. These cards are so goddamn big right now. They're going to set a monster, and that's pretty much the end of the game. We'll tribute some of the Alexander for flavor and attack in. Yeah, that was a cool one. God, Gladiator Beasts are so cool in this format. Game 2. Swords of Concealing Light again getting fired off for no effect, but a DD Warrior with a Fusion Sword Murasame Blade is a pretty solid threat. Unfortunately for them, DD Warrior is required to use its effect if it attacks a monster, and it's going to hit a Test Tape here, taking out the Murasame Blade and the Test Tape, and we take those. They've got their Swordsman on the board, but a Swordsman is nothing against a Gladiator Beast. Andal hits the board, and unfortunately that's not the ideal starter Gladiator Beast, but we have plenty where that came from. Gaia power is going to come down. Andal is very, very big. We're going to equip it with the Battle Manica because why not? What's it going to do? Get destroyed by battle? Giant Rat is going to summon another Giant Rat from deck. And, oh, there's the Hunter with 7 weapons. But unfortunately for them, Warriors are not on the board currently. DNA Surgery has not appeared. This Gladiator Beast Andal rules the board. I don't think I have ever seen a Gladiator Beast Andal be this effective in any format, TBH. There goes Swords of Concealing Light, but they kept the Giant Rat in defense position. We could just tribute off the Andal for the Alexander and bring it back for question. Let's go! TrA.I.b is now on the board, but we've got Chthonian Blast to take it out. Let's go. Oh, the Chthonian Blast was such a cool metagaming tech, and unfortunately we cannot summon Alexander from the graveyard with question. We're going to get hit with the Swords of Concealing Light, this Andal cannot catch a break. We're going to set a back row, and suddenly we're back to parity, strangely. The A-Forces will get activated, but they don't have a monster that they can summon. I wonder what that is in their hand. We'll activate Colosseum, which will accomplish basically nothing into this board. Swords of Concealing Light goes away, and now they have TrA.I.b, which will go down to 600 attack points instead of 700. Excellent. And we'll tribute summon a Cyber Dragon. That could not have been worse for us. We needed a Gladiator Beast with Battle Manica in rotation. Oh boy, Widespread Ruin is going to take out the Gearfried, but the TrA.I.b itself is still on the board. Let's see what we can do about this. A Dimikari is going to get wrecked by TrA.I.b here. Oh, maybe not because of the Banner of Courage. We take those. Why are we destroying our own Banner of Courage with Bestiari? Why are we destroying our own Banner of Courage with Bestiari? Is it random? Okay, here we go. We've got Geyserus in rotation. We are going to summon the Geyserus. We're going to take out the DNA Surgery and Gaia Power. Probably the best choices we could have gone for. Geyserus is going to trigger, and it's going to summon 2 guys from the deck. And honestly, it just does not matter that we destroyed our own thing with Geyserus. It was exactly the Nya Jane. It was BM. We could see that we're going to bully them out of this win, and we just had to go for it. This worked out vastly better than I expected Gladiator Beast 2 in this format. Yeah, that went great, TBH. I did not imagine Gladiator Beasts would work this well in I Challenge You, especially without Lukewarm in rotation, but I guess Andal is good enough. Our second deck of the night is another one from one of our regulars from the Discord, one of my favorite deck builders, LeoPowerTool. This is Birds of Prey. This deck takes advantage of some seriously sick things, including some cards that were big in the GX manga, like Troposphere. It also brings in our first set of Blackwings in Sirocco, Chris, and Bora the Spear, as well as Blackwinged Dragon. Look out for Blackbird Close. Is it Blackbird Close? Blackbird Close? Anyway, this deck also makes use of Elborz, the Sacred Lands of Simorgh, a really cool card that enables tribute summoning or normal summoning for Winged Beasts specifically and gives Winged Beasts a big boost in attack points. This deck is very cool, and I'm going to be taking an old favorite up against it. It's time to share if you play, because we are bringing back the Gravekeepers. I really love this deck. I love the ability to go into Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. I love the ability of Gravekeeper's Assailant to change battle positions, which can make a big difference in this matchup. We now also have the double Commandant, which we can replace our Terraformings with, giving us access to Necro Valley easily with a monster that can be brought back off of Rite of Spirit with 2100 attack points. I think this deck is really sick. We get to run Blackhorn of Heaven because they run a lot of special summon monsters, and that's what we got. I'm excited to play this deck again, or watch Borgarbot play it. Let's see how it goes. We're in the GX era, but we are strangely playing a DM versus 5Ds. So I had to ask chat, will the birds be dragged down into the grave? 44% of them said yes, believed in Borgarbot and the Gravekeepers, and 56% of the vote went to no. Huh. The haters are coming out in spades today. Let's see if we can prove them wrong. Borgarbot, let the games begin. Starting off with a rock, paper, scissors that's deeply inconsequential. The bird deck is going to go first, and they're going to summon a Avenge Vulture. That's not a great card, but we did not open with a big monster. Ooh, Karma Cut discarding Adhesion Trapple is not a great look for us. Sharp Lanius is going to target itself, shift it to defense position, and that's a pretty good opening if we draw into a Gravekeeper. We did not draw into a Gravekeeper, so it really doesn't matter. They're going to normal summon the Sky Scout, the Harpy's brother, and it's a Sangan. Would have loved for this card to have been destroyed like 2 turns ago, but they're going to get in with the Lanius, and we will draw for turn. We're going to set a monster. Tell me that's not the Gravekeeper that we got. They're going to overlay a Rise Falcon. We have the Blackhorn of Heaven. Let's go. The metagaming coming through for us. Draw for turn. Normal summon Spear Soldier, flip summon Cannon Holder. Not the ideal thing for us to be flip summoning there, since Spear Soldier is one of our best cards, but Cannon Holder is a-okay in its own right. Even if it gets destroyed, it's kind of serving its purpose. You know what? Eating a Fissure is the best thing Cannon Holder could have done. Dragon Nails is an interesting card, gives it 600 attack, and it can't be destroyed by card effects. and sent to the graveyard. Because the monster was destroyed by battle, you can special summon that monster and then equip this card to it. It is a reoccurable thing, but we have Necro Valley on the board. We just need to draw into a single Gravekeeper monster to turn this board state around for us. We draw for turn, set a back row. Oh. Ah. Okay. That's how it's gonna go. Okay, game 2. We've got game 2. Alright, draw for turn. We've got the Gravekeeper Spear Soldier. We did not draw into the Necro Valley. Unfortunate that, but we've got the Karma Cut to get Bora out of the way. We've discarded our Nephthys, which is not great because now we have to tribute summon the big Nephthys. But we have kept board presence over our opponent. A Sandgan is something that is going to be very good on the field. I forgot that they always attack the biggest monster. Spear Soldier comes back. If we draw into Necro Valley, this is very, very good for us. Phoenix Wing Wind Blast will put back Sandgan. Please tell me that we drew into Necro Valley. It's a Mystic Tomato. Not ideal. Man, we just cannot get Necro Valley onto the board. Bora the Spear comes out, it gets tributed for Sirocco the Dawn. Sirocco the Dawn pumps itself, and that's okay for us. That means that our Mystic Tomato can get out the Sandgan again, and that does shuffle the deck, which means we do have a chance of drawing into Necro Valley this turn. Did we get it? No. We got another back row. Why can we not draw into Necro Valley? Sirocco the Dawn is going to pump itself. Again, very good for us. They're going to use the Raid Raptor guy. We're going to get destroyed by Sirocco, and that's kind of okay because Sirocco is always going to pump itself. Summoning the Cannon Holder is not great here when we don't have Necro Valley to work with. They're going to pump up the Chris, which is going to hurt a lot. And now even the Necro Valley doesn't really help us that much. We're going to summon a Cannon Holder, and we are going to pass the turn. Wow, they summon really, really big monsters. Ooh, Magic Drain getting rid of a monster is very, very good here, but that means they can attack with both their monsters. Never mind, they're going to use Sirocco. And then they're going to switch Sirocco to defense. Sirocco will get over Cannon Holder. I wish that we could get rid of the Sandgan not doing us very much good right now. There's the Necro Valley, much good as it is going to do us. Fortunately, they're probably going to pump up that Sirocco, which means that we're going to be perfectly fine for the turn. Sandgan is going to trigger, get us hopefully a Spear Soldier is not the one I was hoping for. I was hoping for Assailant here. We draw for turn. We can summon out the Spear Soldier. No, we're not going to summon out the Spear Soldier because the bot does not know that Necro Valley gives it attack points. That's not great for us. Sirocco is going to attack in. Phoenix Wing Blast means we're going to draw the Necro Valley, and that is it for this duel. Wow, that really did not go in our favor, did it? Huh. I might be cooking. The Junior Journey deck from earlier tonight gave me an idea to return to a deck we had experimented on during our That Grass Looks Greener week. This is Mausoleum of the Emperor, plus Reasoning, plus Question, plus Advanced Ritual Art, plus Ratio. The goal here is for us to use a Mausoleum of the Emperor to get out our big guys, and failing that, use our Manju Senju to get us to rituals that can send monsters to the grave off of Advanced Ritual Art that can then be used with Soul Resurrection. Is this deck good? Who the hell knows, but it's the kind of thing that could probably randomly cheese wins out of a deck that spams a bunch of guys. Let's see how this goes. This could be a strange one. I asked chat, will the birds of prey put us 6 feet under? 49% of them did say, the mausoleum we built for ourselves will house ourselves. Borgarbot will go 6 feet under, but 51% of the vote does say Borgarbot will prey upon the birds, and that's the kind of energy I'm bringing to this duel. Let's summon some blue eyes. Let the games begin. All right, starting off, will we open with Mausoleum? They've got a Chris that they're going to sack off for a Sharp Lanius. Not the best trade I've ever seen, especially when the Sharp Lanius is in defense position. Let's draw for turn. We normal summon Manju. This is a great time to get Manju. We can attack into the Sharp Lanius, basically consequence free. We'll set a back row and attack in, and that's a pretty good opener for us. We've gone +2 on the turn. I'll take it. Fissure is going to take out Manju. That's better than it could have gone, I suppose. We're going to use the Widespread Ruin here, and we are really, really high up on card advantage here. Can we get more cards? Senju is going to add a monster to hand. It's going to add the Zork. We have the advanced ritual art. It's time for Zork. Oh no, Zork could ruin everything for us. What are we going to get? We're going to land on a 2. It's going to be inconsequential. Next turn, we'll see. Zork is very, very powerful, though. I love to see it on the board. Look at that guy. They're going to pass turn, and as long as Zork doesn't sabotage us instantly, we probably win the game. Oh, we're going to tribute summon for Blue Eyes for the BM. Will it pay off, folks? Will we be punished for the BM? We'll bring up back the second Blue Eyes. I have never seen this many Blue Eyes White Dragons on the field. Elector is going to negate the effects of Blue Eyes White Dragon. I was unaware that it could do that, but we can switch it to attack, or we could tribute it for Frostosaurus. Sure, why not? It doesn't matter when we've won the game this hard. Game 1 goes to Borgarbot. Game 2, will we be so lucky? Battlestorm is the opener. It's got 1800 attack. That's pretty good, and they're not tributing away a monster, but we do have Mausoleum of the Emperor. They are going to fire off Phoenix Wind Blast. That's fine. We can just add the Mausoleum back with Terraforming. That's the best use of Terraforming I have ever seen Borgarbot do. We'll take the Grant to summon armed 5. We're going to attack into the Battlestorm, and that'll do it. We are once again up on cards against the bird deck. I don't know how this is happening. They're going to use Elbors, but that's really not going to matter if they don't have a monster to summon. We'll Moz for 1,000. We'll normal summon ourselves a Frostosaurus, the biggest monster we've got at 1 tribute. Tack in for 5,000 points of damage this turn. We take those. Fissure will take away the Armed Dragon level 5, but they cannot defend against the Frostosaurus. Have we brought it back? We're going to summon, of course, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. What else could it have been? We have defeated the birds. I did not expect this to be this big of a blowout. Wow, the Mausoleum deck is sick. And we got to see Zork. What an episode this has been. And what a season this has been. This draws to a close our normal episodes of GX. We've opened some pretty crazy things. We've gotten to play things from basically every episode. I've been so happy with what we've gotten to see this season. But it's not quite over yet. Next week is the finale when we are going to play against as many different GX era decks as we can, and I hope to see you there.